What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I'm just here, finished the morning shift at work, and I've come to the beach just across the road from my house, and here I am just chilling. So grateful to be able to come to the beach, literally a 2-minute walk from my house. Unbelievable. You know, I grew up in England in this little town outside of London, which was a bit of a shithole, and now, you know, I've been here the last 10 years and it never gets old. I'm feeling so grateful every time I get to do it. Anyway, so today I want to do a video on the stoic solution to lack of confidence. You know, I know I made a video about confidence. It's not necessary. I don't believe it's necessary to succeed. I think it's overrated in its necessity. Certainly to get started, to get momentum building, you don't need that confidence. And I feel like the Stoics have come to a solution here where you can approach something even if you feel incredibly anxious about it, you have no confidence whatsoever, and you can sort of ease that anxiety, ease that, you know, can approach things even understanding with that you don't have that confidence, so you can approach a scenario, a situation, attempt to do something with a lot less fear. And so I think it was Epictetus that came up with this quite extreme idea in relation to, if you're a parent, let's say, you kiss your child goodnight, you imagine your child doesn't wake up, so your child dies. And you should think about that often. That sounds quite horrific, but the purpose of this was to create a deep sense of gratitude, you know, for every moment you have with your child. And I've done that, and that definitely works. Gratitude is definitely increased when I do that, even though it's very, you know, very difficult to picture it. But also another reason for that is to create, you know, to go through that idea in your mind that worst case scenario happens. So if ever, God forbid, did happen, then you're slightly more prepared in your own mind. Like a lot of, you know, when worst case scenarios happen and these, you know, people are really blindsided by these events, it's that complete lack of, you know, recognition that this could happen. Any lack of preparation really makes the grief, dealing with that pain, even more difficult. And so this idea, I've managed to translate this into many other areas of my life. You know, I'm someone who my whole life has struggled with confidence in many aspects of my life. And this notion of trying, you know, of confidence, I spoke about in another video, and I'll link that in the description, how I believe confidence isn't as necessary to succeed at things in life as people believe. And so an anecdote to that is taking this Stoic idea and these principles that I use here, and imagining the worst case scenario. So instead of trying to visualize the best case scenario and the success, etc., and trying to, you know, think your way into confidence, which in turn and most of the times actually makes people less confident, instead of that, trying to visualize that worst case scenario happening to you, and what that does, and what I've found that does to myself and to other people, takes away a lot of that fear. Now, a lot of that lack of confidence comes from people being fearful of the worst outcomes, being fearful of embarrassing themselves, and whatever it is, you know, public speech, guys, you know, approaching girls, you know, being an athlete, trying to win matches. People are really scared of failing, losing, embarrassing themselves. And so if you go over that in your mind, visualize the worst case scenario happening to you, whatever it is, you sort of you go through it, and it takes away a lot of that fear, and you think, you know what, that's actually not that bad. That doesn't actually seem so bad to me. A lot of times people don't even want to think about the worst thing happening to them, you know, because it scares them so much. But if they did, and they just sat there and visualized it and went through it, then they think, you know what, that's not as scary as I thought it was. And that's what happens a lot with me, is just this takes away that a lot of the anxiety, a lot of the fear. Not all of it, not all of it. You know, it's still a bit there, of course, but most of the time, in most occasions, you know, it really turns the volume down there. Turns the volume down on that anxiety. And I feel so much better for it, and things scare me a lot less. So this approach is a powerful approach. Helped me massively. I recommend still trying to visualize, you know, the great outcomes, and visualize yourself, everything going well, smoothly, you know, acting confident, the result going well, into the flow state. Yeah, do that as well, but balance it out with, you know, the worst approach, visualizing the worst approach. And when you do visualize the worst approach, it gives you a sense of familiarity. If it does happen, if you end up, this has happened to me on a few occasions where, you know, I visualize that worst approach, and you know, the thing has played out, and I'm going down that route, and you know, it is playing out kind of badly. And it's a sense of familiarity. You just feel you feel more calm happening to you. Sort of, okay, this is what, you know, I played out in my mind, and this is what's happening, and okay, you know, this is okay. I know that I've come to terms with this. I've come to terms with this happening. I've come to terms with how this is going to make me feel, and what this means to me. And so you're a lot more calm, relaxed. You don't stress out as much. You're able to process. You're able to think through it a bit better. And hey, if it all goes to crap anyway, you've gone through it in your mind anyway, and you know that ultimately you're safe. Really, you know, nothing really bad's going to happen to you. No one's going to kill you or chop a leg off, or, you know. And so that sense of familiarity, if things do play out badly, and it does sort of happen, it's never quite as bad. You know, it is sort of dampened down quite a bit. So play it out. Try the both approaches. It's a powerful tool. You know, as I talk in 2 days' time, as I film this, I'm a best man at my best friend's wedding. I've got to give the best man speech, and I'm very anxious about it. And I've gone through both. Visualize the speech going well, and visualize it going really badly. Visualizing it badly has helped dampen that fear, that anxiety. I don't feel so bad about it now. And you know, nothing that just a couple of vodkas can't help with as well. But it's a powerful approach, and I think people that try and think their way all the time into think positive thoughts, I find they're the most fragile people, you know. The ones that only want to think positive, they don't want to let the negative come into their mind. You know, they're fragile people, and it doesn't take much for things to start heading south, and they just sort of crumble because they never prepared themselves. They never thought that process through, like what could happen, what am I going to do in the worst case scenario, how am I going to go about this, etc. So it's a very powerful thing. You know, those Stoics, they're a wise bunch, and we can use, and this is another tool to use from the Stoics that we can take and apply this into our life. So give it a shot, try it out, guys. Let me know what you think. Have you tried this approach? Have you tried these techniques before? You know, if so, let me know. Write in the comments, give this video a like, subscribe, guys. They just help me out massively. I don't really like to say this and like beg you for all of that, but you know, this is definitely a goal of mine to build this channel, and that all helps. So, but if not, you know, I've already visualized it all going to shit, so I'm okay with that. All right, guys, look, I hope you enjoyed the video, and come back for the next one.